Great to see you, man.
Good to see you too.
Congratulations right off the top. Another Juno nomination. How's it feeling?
It feels good. It feels good. This one was a surprise to me though, for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, it just seems to happen, man. I need to ask you, and nobody would know. What are you nominated for, and what music are you nominated for?
I'm nominated for Reggae Recording of the Year, for my single Dea. Yeah, and Dea was inspired actually by the Junos, you know. Yeah, it was. Um, yeah, remember a few years ago, we almost lost the category,
Yes,
you
we talked
know.
about this.
Yeah, we almost lost the category, and it just so happens that in that time frame when all of this was happening, we had Jay Douglas had a documentary put out on him, and there was another documentary speaking about the history of reggae music in Canada. Um, and 60, 70 years ago, we had one radio station that played reggae music on a Sunday night, and 60 years later, we have one radio station that plays reggae music on a Sunday night. you know, and the only addition to this in that time, which was positive, was the Juno Awards. So to take it away would have been us going backwards, not forward. So I'm glad that they kept it. And but they is basically saying we are here, we have contributed, and I'm glad that it is nominated on this platform.
Absolutely. So people have the record straight. How many nominations and how many Junos have you received?
7 nominations and three wins.
Those are good odds, man. Those are really,
Yeah,
really good odds. And
yeah.
especially like you said, with everything else going on, how do you feel from the first day you and I met? It's been many, many years ago to
Mhm.
who you've become now, because you were that new kid on the block, but you realize now you're a statesman. You're the people, you're the person people come to.
Yeah, that was 11 years ago.
How does it feel, all of that happening and you being in the position that you are, representing the music that you do, but from this country?
Um, it says a lot. It means a lot. You know, 11 years ago in Hamilton, um, it was. I didn't know what to expect. The only thing that we were ever taught, like told about, especially being from a Jamaican household, was like the Grammys and all that, right? And then watching the Grammys every year since you were young, seeing Michael Jackson, all these people, you're looking at them going down the red carpet and all that. And for my first day, it was me and my friend Bilda, and we remember feeling like a total fish out of water to the point where I think we got psyched out and we left because we didn't even know how to get into an after party, right? And we ended up leaving Hamilton, coming back to Toronto, and finding our own after party, basically, in our suits and all that. And to 11 years later, now I'm performing at the after party, and looking at LTL, who's nominated for their first time being a dancehall group, and my first nomination was dancehall with my group. I kind of feel like in some way I paved the way for that to happen.
You
You
absolutely
know,
did, man. You absolutely did.
yeah.
And as I always love to bring up, because I still think it's the most, um, so much respect behind it. You're the only one with a park, man. And I love bringing that up because it is just so special. When you think about those kind of honors, that's got to be something special, man.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a part of the legacy. And it also puts pressure is not the right word, but I think it makes me aware of the responsibility that I have for people looking up to me, for children that wanting to do music. Um, and the whole this everything from the Junos to the park to success in music has led me in directions that I never thought 11, 12, 15 years ago that I would be like. Now I'm teaching songwriting in middle schools, you know. um, Yesterday I performed at a school and had to do a workshop with my band and their music classes for almost 5 hours. And this was all the way in Petrolia by Sarnia, and I'll share it with you afterwards. By the time I got back, we had messages from kids' parents saying that the kids went home and said that that was the best live performance they've ever seen, and they're motivated to start doing music. When before we got there, it was we feel bullied because people think we're nerds because we play music, So these are the type of things that I'm glad to be a part of, you know.
I'm glad you brought it up. Look, I was lucky. When I was young, I was in the school band, but I also played football, and you know, I
Right.
got a good balance. Here's the one thing. I've always said this. Out of all the categories, the reggae category is always stacked. What could be the favorite this year, as much as I want to see you win, Amoy, who has
Yeah.
had 7 nominations and still has not won.
Oh,
I
this is their
mean,
eighth.
this is eighth. Sorry, you're right.
Yeah, this is
This
their
is
eighth.
her
Yeah.
eighth and still has not won one yet. And here you are with three. She may be the favorite for this one, um, just for the fact of extremely talented. She's got a great song out there for this, but man, it has been a tough road for her too.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, to be honest with you, I thought she was going to get it in 2021.
That's what I thought. Not the
I
same
thought
thing.
I thought she was going to then. But either way it goes, she's deserving of it,
Yeah,
and my three Junos or whoever else has Junos, we still all look up to Amoy because Amoy is touring like crazy. Amoy is Amoy is doing things that we were told were impossible as a Canadian reggae artist, not being from Jamaica or not living in Jamaica. Amoy is going to the States, he's going to Europe, and we're just there on Instagram just clapping and it's like, yeah, okay. And then we're able to use her as motivation to I'm going to Africa, I'm going to Europe too. So it's like now we have a full Canadian representative in the world, not just in Canada, with the honor of saying that we're Juno nominees to places that may not even know what the Junos are as yet. But when we get there, it's like, oh my, like I didn't even know that it was. But when we leave, they do know what that is, you know?
true.
And I think the talent that she has, that I have, that Esco has, it speaks loud. It speaks volumes in rooms that no one would expect to hear it.
Absolutely. So we know you said you're doing an after party. You're going to be performing there.
Mhm.
Are you doing anything else, Juno Fest or anything else when you get to Hamilton?
No, nah, I'm not doing, I'm not doing Juno Fest. I'm playing in the celebrity basketball game
Oh, cool.
on the 25th. Um, so they don't even know what's about to happen because I know they think that I'm too Jamaican for basketball. This is gonna be
And what about the rest of the year? What are we looking at for the rest for 2026?
um the album. I have a new album coming out. I don't know what it's called yet, but this may be my favorite project that I've been putting together. I have my first official huge collaboration or two so far. I have Derek Morgan, who, is the king of ska from the 60s. I also have a collaboration with Luciano on the record. So, these are royalty where reggae is concerned. So having that, and I have Larnell Lewis, who's the greatest drummer in the world, playing on one of my songs. Who, he's a drummer for Snarky Puppy. Um, yeah. So I'm just having fun and I'm just excited. I think this album that I'm working on um, will be the best reggae album Canada has ever seen.
I love it. Before we go, the young prince that worked with you, I ran into him a little while ago. What's his name again?
Pyro,
Um, how tall is that kid gonna be?
I have no idea. He's so tall. We did a show a few weeks ago at the Rose Theater, a docu concert about like the history of reggae. And when the producers saw him, they were like, "How old is he?" And we were like, "He's only 16 years old." They're like, "What?" He's like 7'8". And his voice is deep and he has a beard now. And it's like, just 4 years ago he was 13.
Yeah,
So, and he's making good strides as well. So we're happy to see what's happening.
absolutely. I will see you in Hamilton. Congratulations again, and
Thank you.
fingers crossed for you, and all the best.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.